How simple is the MudBlazor Simple Table component? Let's find out. Here we have already a project that I've already set up. So this is a MudBlazor project coming from the MudBlazor project template. And first, let's add a new component here. So let's go to Pages. Let's right click and select Add Razor Component. And then let's name this as Simple Table. Select Add. And here, this will be the place where we will add our simple table. So let's make this routable. Let's add a route here, simple table. And then let's quickly add code that will become our data source. So here I have already a code here prepared. Let's just copy this one. And so basically, this is just a list of cars. Okay, so I will also added a new car class here. Let's arrange this a bit. So at the bottom, you will see that we have a very simple car class with simple properties like ID, model, manufacturer, and year. And then on this line, we have added a new variable that would store all our cars. This will become now our data source for our simple table. Now that we have that, let's quickly create our simple table. So we will use mod simple table. And basically with simple table, you can use the table elements that you usually use from your standard table element from your standard HTML. Okay, so here we can add the header, and then let's add a row here for our actual headers. Let's name this as ID. Let's add another one for model, for manufacturer, and lastly for year. Now at the body of our table, here we will loop through our cars. Okay, let's just do the simple for each car in cars collection, and then we will add our row here. Okay, let's add our column here for car.id, add another one for the model, another one for the manufacturer, and lastly for the year, right? And let's see how this would look like when we run this application, and hopefully we'll be able to see our simple table using the MudBlazor simple table component. So let's navigate to our simple table page, and as you can see, already presented with a nice looking table. Okay, basically using just the basic elements of a table from the standard HTML. You can also switch to a lighter mode, and with this one you can use simple properties to set some additional styling for this one. So here in your mud simple table, you can add bordered. You just set it to true, and then you should be able to see that our table would have now have column lines. Okay, so separating each of the rows. Okay, we can add another one, so we can have it also dense, which means that it will be more compact. Set it to true, and you will see that it has been more compact. Okay, if you're trying to save space. Another thing that you can also add is you have this hover. Okay, set it to true, and then you should see that when you hover over the rows, then it gets highlighted. And then another one that you can use is uh, you have this, let's see, I think I missed something. Here, outline. You can also set that. Okay, yeah, you should get an outline. It's not quite noticeable, but yeah. Another property that we can add to that is striped. or stripped. Set it to true, and then you should get an alternating uh, row strips, right, in this kind of format. So alternating with a highlight one and then a clear one and then a highlighted one, so on and so forth. Okay. And then lastly, what you can do is, if you're again saving space, you can have a fixed header. Just set it to true, and then you can pair the fixed header with a style that uh, sets your table height into a fixed height. So we will set the height to, let's say, 300 pixels. Save this one, and as you can see, when you scroll through, you will notice that the table header is fixed in its position, and then you can scroll through the rest of your rows. Okay, so yeah, I guess Mud Simple Table is really just a simple table, and you can easily display good looking tables by using this component.